All right, guys. Thank you for joining me today or tonight. Sorry. So tonight, it's one of my, I guess, oddball live streams, if you will. I'm gonna do three this week, and then, play back, do two, and then three. I'm gonna switch it back and forth. I guess to keep you guys guessing, to keep me guessing. However, however interesting I can keep this, that's what I will continue to do. So thank you, Maria, for that 5x5. Appreciate it, and Stacy, appreciate it. Upright Patriot, Rock Prep 11. Thank you guys, appreciate it. So with that, guys, today's topic rather is going to be defending America and gas prices. I saw some of you guys talking about gas prices. It's probably going to get uh, completely out of control. I forgot whose video it was, but they said that be prepared to see what is it, $12 a gallon. That would be like astronomically bad. I mean, hell, when it hits $6 or $7, it's going to get bad. $12, guys. And again, that was a video that I didn't even watch. I just saw the ad for it on YouTube, rather, right, or the label, thumbnail. Sorry, thumbnail on YouTube. So the Daily Prepper said he heard $9 a gallon. Listen, guys, anything over five is too much, right? Hell, anything over $4 is too much. Let alone, 9, 12, $10. It's a lot. Yeah, McBean, Scottish Fitness, exactly. Time to get a bicycle, man. It might have been Prepper Princess. All right, that's if you guys are saying it, then that's what it is. Um, like I said, I glanced at it and I was going to. You know what the problem with YouTube today is that there are too many topics to focus on. Of course, I got caught in the watching Canadian Preppers one that he released today. Then it was Russell Brand. And I don't want to sit there all day watching all these fucking videos. So I try not to. But a lot of them are interesting. And I like to know why people think it might, the situation we're in might spiral out of control or might die down, right? So I like to hear all these theories, because right now, guys, if the intelligence community don't even know what's going on, if they can't even confirm what's going on, then you know all we're doing, including myself, is we're guessing at best as to what is going to happen next. Now everybody is swearing nuclear strike. Like I said, it's likely, but I'm not holding my breath, right? um, I think that we're going to see something go off, some kind of nuclear weapon go off, but as far as an all-out nuclear war, I don't know. But I definitely do think we're gonna see some shit, some bad shit, and we're only in fucking March, right? So we still got 9 months to go. 9 months to go. And what you call it today? The United Nations Security General, I think it was, stated that there might be that the plausibility of a nuclear attack is there. So now they're acknowledging it's there when a lot of us already knew it was there as soon as Putin opened his mouth. Deborah Dude, thank you for the donations. Guys, you know how bad it's getting? This whole political thing is getting so bad that, what the fuck's his name? Trevor Noah was even talking about how bad Biden's fucking up and that Trump wouldn't do this. That's bad when you have Trevor Noah, who's a huge critic of Trump, talk about Biden letting this happen and Trump would have never let this happen and that Trump would have did a better job. That's pretty much what he was saying. Nat V, why do I say 9 months? I said because we're only in March and all of this shit's gone down in the first 3 months of this year. We got 9 more months to go before, the end of the year. And it's going to be a long 9 months. And probably another proxy war. Guys, I mean, however people want to, what's going on, North Shore Preparedness, however people want to look at this as it being fake, false flag, proxy war. I mean, like, there's so many, it's a war, guys. Putting all those little labels on before, it doesn't matter. We're in this fucking boat. And whether or not it's a real war or a fake war, somebody's looking to do some damage to this country or this world, or at least our society, so that we can become whatever they want us to become, drones, controlled, however you want to say it. But we are pretty much in shit creek right now. We're not even moving. We're just there, right? And it's going to get bad, and we're going to have to roll with it when it happens. That's all. Pakistan and India hate each other. I doubt it was an accident. Jasper Moon. This chat is moving kind of fast. I think I'm going to slow it down. Yeah, Tom. I mean, yeah, people are going to say World War III already started, and yeah, this is the catalyst to it, right? All the shit that's going on right now, it's a catalyst to World War III. We are undoubtedly, like I said, going to see some fucked up shit, and I'm not interested to see how this unfolds because I know where this is going to go. But unfortunately, we got to ride this shit out. That's just what we have to do. We don't have any other options, ladies and gentlemen. Quitting's not an option. Killing yourself is not an option. Not fucking prepping or giving up your preps is not an option. We got to ride out this fucking storyline and see where it goes. All right, guys, and also later tonight on the Angry Truth channel, we're going to be talking about gender reassignment surgeries for kids and the Don't Say Gay bill and what it really is. It's amazing when it comes to liberals, whenever they talk about shit like the Don't Say Gay bill, which is actually the parental education rights or something like that of parents. I got the real name in my notes, but it's just amazing how when they started talking about the Don't Say Gay bill, I said, oh, here it goes. Here we go with the bullshit and relabeling this shit to make it sound worse than it is. Let's see. This is such a pain in the bolas. All right. All right. It should be in. Oh boy. But anyway, guys. Also, guys, I find it interesting that China, as of right now, has another outbreak of some shit going on. They shut down one of their smaller cities, I think it is. It was one of their small cities. 17 million people live in this city. I hate that they say smaller city, and then they say 17 million people live in that city. I'm like, this is a big ass city. But still, they shut down this entire city because of a bad outbreak of of COVID that they're having. So I find that very interesting that these people had this problem, and now they're locking everything down again, and they refuse to live with it. That's the bigger point. I think that's the point that China's missing. They got to learn how to live with this shit. Yet somehow, for some reason, they refuse to. So I guess it's gonna be their problem, their headache. But yeah, fuck them. They have, whatever they have coming to them. It's just gonna get worse over there. 1657. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to multitask at the same time. Multitask like a moron. All right, guys, so today's topic, we are talking about would you defend America? And then later tonight, we're going to talk about, where the hell did it go? Sorry. And then we're going to talk about gas prices and how bad it will get. We might as well talk about the gas prices first since everybody else is talking about it. But already, last night, I saw on one of the reports, one of the news segments, that they're starting to steal gas here in New York City. So that's fucking, again, we're going to see this problem nationwide. It's not just going to pertain to down south or out west or just New York or Detroit. We're going to see this nationwide, and this is going to be a big big problem. We're going to see people probably go to jail for beating people for this shit. We're also probably going and we're not going to see people go to jail for stealing it, right? So we're going to see people, guys, um, get away with this because, like, again, here in New York City or New York State, rather New York State as a whole, you'll steal somebody's gas, and because it's what, petty larceny, if that, they're going to let them go, and then they're going to do it again, and they're going to continue to do it again. And the problem with it being petty larceny is that it's because they stole the gas and not because they damaged your car. You know what I mean? They could probably throw that charge in there, but it's not going to go far. As far as seeing astronomically high gas prices, we definitely will. Does it matter at any point when it's over fucking $5-6? No. If we see $12 gas, guys, people are gonna be fucking. It's gonna turn into China around here. Everybody's gonna be on a bicycle or a fucking motorcycle, or hell, even dirt bikes and solar operated bicycles. Pretty sure they're coming up with that. We're definitely gonna see this kind of shit. It's weird, and this is me, theorizing. It's conspiracy theory. That all of the shit that the Great Reset wants to do, all the shit that the World Economic Forum wants to do, it's happening right before our eyes. But we're all focused on what's going on in Europe, that we're all missing. Not that we're missing, but we're feeling what's happening here. And it seems like there's nothing that could be done at that point, at least with the gas prices. There ain't shit we could do with it about it, unless we take back this country. Prepper 101, exactly. So Prepper 101 said, it's a civil case if they damage your car, or your fuel tank, rather. You'll pay more in legal fees than you would buying a new tank. True, very true. But imagine them hitting your car up 8-9 times, Now, those who have driveways, or not driveways, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, those who have driveways and those who have garages, you're a little better off because I don't see anybody breaking into a garage to drill a hole in your tank to drain your gas. But those of us schmoes that park our shit on the sidewalk, well, we're sort of fucked, if you will. Because then what? I can't put my car anywhere unless I put it in a garage, and putting it in a garage here in the city is highway robbery. You put your car in a garage, man, you're paying probably $150-200 a month just to have some asshole fucking dent your car as he's moving other cars in and out, and not really watching it. Because hell, a guy could sneak into the garage and fucking drain your tank in there, especially if the parking attendant is on board with this bullshit. Yeah, I know, guys. Every live stream, someone's like, "You got to get out of here." I know that, but it's not going to happen overnight. That's all I can say. 16:57. I wish it would, but it's not. We are, unfortunately now we got to ride. Not ride. We got to wait till the end of the year till certain things fucking pan out. All right, there it is. But guys, this gas price shit is you're probably going to see people cancel plans. You're probably going to see airline tickets skyrocket. You're going to see, I don't know, fucking Uber and those kind of fucking prices skyrocket. Hell, even those city bikes, those prices are going to skyrocket just because of demand for the bikes, right? So we're going to see everything skyrocket. We're going to see food prices absolutely go up. Any electronics that you're looking to buy, you better buy it now before the middle of this year, because that you're going to take a hit in that as well. So we're going to be paying for this all the way around. There is no everyone's going to feel it. So even the rich are going to feel it. Their private jets, they're probably going to be selling those off left and right. Yes, Randy, city bus rates will go up as well. A lot of shit's going to go up, No more flying companies. Patricia, yeah, that makes sense. What you call it? Airlines are probably going to fold to this shit, guys. So, listen, it's pretty bad all the way around. And, again, we're just going to have to fucking bite it. Because guess what? The gas prices, for example, let's say the President of the United States and his entourage of crooked politicians, they all probably get some kind of stipend or don't have to pay much. They're going to make us pay for that fuel on our end with taxes and shit. So we're absolutely going to, we're going to feel this all the way around. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt every last one of us. This is not going to be some shit that we can, you know, weather. We're going to see trips canceled this summer. I guarantee it. I mean, we have a trip going to, what is that called? Wildwood, New Jersey. And I told the wife, I said, yo, it's going to get fucking out of control. And I said, we might have to, we're not canceling the trip. I was like, listen, if it got out of hand, if it got to $10 a gallon, there's no way we can afford that. We're not paying $150 or $200 just to go to fucking, you know, what you call it, New Jersey. But then again, if we do, that'll be our last time going out there, because gas prices, I mean, they always go up and down. At least with that goes up and down. It never stays up. You know, sometimes it could drop back down, but it's gonna hurt for the time being. Gas down this morning 4.09. Last Thursday to 3.09 this morning. All right. So Purposeful Prepper said gas went from 4.09 last week to 3.89 this morning. All right. So then hopefully that's a sign of relief. Hopefully. If we are at war. Pinball goes, the hell with gas prices if we are at war. Yeah, listen, if we're at war, then gas prices don't matter. And you're right about that. Gas prices, you know, are gonna look like a fucking welcome problem than being at war. Now, listen, I interestingly enough found a clip from Red Dawn. Was it the 1985 version, 84 version? And I found the clip from the scene where he talked about how it all went down, how the invasion happened. And I found it interesting, guys, that just that scene I just so happened to come across, and I sit there and watch it. Right, it's a scene where Power Boots is sitting in the wintertime with the kids, and he's explaining to them over fire how it all went down. And he talked about how they came in through like uncharted planes, and they jumped out of there. Then they launched nuclear missiles and hit silos and depots around the United States, and that these kids were behind enemy lines where he got shut down. And he talked about how the whole thing went down. And I'm like, our borders are wide open, right? Right now, you know, I mean, I don't know what our Air Force defense looks like, but if they got uncharted planes in with a bunch of troops in, they could hit small towns like they did in Red Dawn. And of course, tactical nukes or nuclear response to disable our nuclear response and to disable their nuclear response. And then in the movie, in that same scene, he goes, well, you also know we're not using nukes anymore because they want the land. And I'm like, I know that China and Russia wants this land. So why nuke the hell out of it when you could nuke it enough to disable everyone and then step in with the troops? That's the real problem. The troops stepping in. I mean, like boots on ground in this country. And being that, guys, I told you last week, Russia and China made all these deals with our adversaries all over the world. There's something else going on. So we're all looking at Ukraine and Russia and going, man, look at that shit. But there is something absolutely going on if Russia sat there and made all of these deals with these other countries. Now, Russia made an alliance with, I think it's called Azerbaijani, right? He made a huge deal with them. It's called the Declaration of Allied Interactions. That's the deal that Putin made, and I think that was a month ago. Putin and China made a deal for 100 million tons of supplies and coal. Rather, it was a new deal they made, and then they also made they also agreed to a 30-year contract to supply of gas to China. So they made all these deals. I think they also made a deal with Turkey and Iran as well. Guys, they are making these deals for a reason. Or Russia's making these deals and China are making these deals for a reason. They're doing this because they're ready to get cut completely off and then attack. And Craigslist, yes, an EMP would disarm us. Or like I said before, lob a couple nukes at us, then an EMP to disable us. Right? Or an EMP first to disable us, and then rockets. Now, as soon as they launch, we're going to launch. So that's how that's going to play out. But if they detonate an EMP over us, they shut down everything else. Now, there are a couple other missiles that will be able to launch because they are protected. But that's still going to cause time for the United States to scramble to be like, what the fuck happened? Again, guys, these people here are making deals. Pakistan made a deal with Russia as well. So again, they're all gearing up for some shit. Meanwhile, listen, people like Pinball, he has his finger on the pulse. He's looking at all of this shit, and he's like, all right, and he's, you see him, he does his morning videos. Sorry, he does his morning videos, and he's looking at other things as well. Only a few of us are looking at other things, or looking at the opposite direction, going, well, if they're doing this here, that means this is happening over there. So, sanctions don't work because they all made a deal with one another, right? So they're trying to get around the sanctions. I know the United States was talking about possibly or threatening to sanction China. China doesn't give a fuck. Everything that we get sent here from China, they could just keep it and fucking live lavishly. So again, they're making these deals for a reason. Now, if we have to become self-reliant on our own, meaning building our own shit, it's going to hurt for the United States for a little bit. For a little bit, I'm talking about 20, 30 years. Because if we have to start doing our own shit, making our own shit, it's going to fucking blow. It's going to blow big time. But we will fucking come back. It'll just hurt in the process. I'd rather us suffer that way than war, EMP, fucking all-out nuclear war. I'd rather us go through those hard times than the hard times that could be ahead. Yeah, angry homestead. It's gonna hurt before it gets better, right? Everybody will agree to that. It's absolutely gonna get fucking out of hand. Sort of like New York City, right? New York City currently is out of fucking hand. I know some of you heard about that stabbing at the Museum of Modern Arts, MoMA they call it. Some fucking old white dude jumped over the counter like an Olympic athlete and started stabbing the attendees behind the counter. Then we have a serial killer here in New York City now killing homeless people. Right? Well, shooting homeless people. I think he killed 2. He shot 1. One guy woke up, realized he was shot in the stomach, and the other 2 were shot in the head, if I'm not mistaken. That's New York City right now. So now we got a guy going after homeless people, and we have Asian people still being punched in the face, like piñatas, right? I mean, a Asian lady today was attacked. She was hit 125 times in the face. Now, who the fuck sat there and counted how many times she punched this lady in the face, unless they videoed it, and even then, the person who videoed it sat there and watched this attack go on and didn't help? It's fucking out of control. Oscar Delta, yes, I know that. I do understand that the nukes that we have, but Russia also has the same nuclear capabilities with their subs, right? And I think China has like 1 or 2 good subs out there that they had just made a couple years back. So yeah, I mean, again, it's a stalemate at this point when it comes to nuclear weapons talk or nuclear war, because we all have pretty much. I know Russia has a few hundred more nukes, but the problem with the few hundred more nukes, guys, is that between Russia and the United States, we only have so many on standby ready to launch, right? Just because Russia has, I don't know what the number was. I think it was like, let's say it was 4,000. I'm not sure what the exact number is. Someone will put it in the chat. And we have 3,500. The 3,500 and the 4,000 are not all ready to rock and roll. They're not. There's only a few that can launch at any given time because they're sitting in silos. And now Russia does have one of those mobile launch units, but I think those are short range. As far as long range goes, they only have a certain amount ready to rock and roll. You can't just get them all off the fucking ground. All right, Russia has 6,500. This is a hot rod prepper. That's an interesting one, hot rod. So anyway, he says Russia has 6,500 nukes. U.S. has 5,000. China has 350. Now, you can bet that Russia has a little more than 6,500 and we have a little more than 5,000, right? Because we never, ever tell the truth. 300, right, and 500 on subs. Thank you, Jigs. I just read that earlier today, by the way. How many total that the submarines have between Russia, United States, and I think the 2 that fucking China has. Correct, Russia. correct. Russia can only launch 2 at a time, otherwise they will destroy each other. Right. Like, so again, guys, the understanding that nuclear war is there. Even in war games, in the movie War Games, sorry, they were assuming that all nukes launched, and it doesn't work that way. It's just there's only just so many that they can launch at any given time. So that being said, again, not too worried about all-out nuclear war. We would stalemate each other before it was over. So that's the one thing that I'm hanging my hat on. I'm hanging my hat on. Doesn't mean it's doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just looking again, doing all of this fucking research about weaponry and shit like that. I've known more about who has what than at any given time I cared to know about this kind of shit. I didn't care to know about this stuff, but now I do. Purposeful prepper. I think the government would let us know. You know what? It's not. Here's the problem. Purposeful prepper. It's not just the government. You have other people who are watching this go on as well. So it's not just up to the government to notify us. It's the media. It's the people who are sitting in Russia watching this who are going to let people know, like their other media contacts over here. There's a lot going on, and especially now that we have media and snitches and spies everywhere. We're gonna get the word. Now, if they use it supersonic, it really doesn't matter. It's here in 10 minutes. By the time we find out, we might have 5 minutes left, right? So, I think it's just going to be it's going to be interesting, guys. That's all I can say. The rest of the shit is going to be interesting. I don't know where else to go with that, but this is definitely going to be an interesting year, and we're going to have to hang in there. Now, that being said, guys, I came across a video. This is by accident. Like everything else on YouTube lately, I've been coming across a lot of shit by accident. But burnouts. All of us, can become burnouts following this shit too much. I think that's part of the reason why I didn't do my live stream last Friday, because I just wanted a break. I was like, fuck this shit, fuck that, fuck the live streams, fuck nuclear war, just fucking done. And I think if we keep focusing on this shit at this level, now granted, as YouTubers, myself, Canadian Prepper, Pinball Preparedness, Prepper Now, Hudson Valley, NY Prepper, Northern Girl Hobby, North Shore Preparedness, Carbon Q, right? Prepper Tribe, all of this shit that we're talking about, we can absolutely burn ourselves out on talking about this shit all the time. That's why it's good for us to step back from this shit, because if we keep doing this, we're just going to turn into, our brains will turn to mush, right? Well, our brains will fucking melt before we can even get to the next video. So I had to step back for that weekend, and you know what? I have to honestly say, at some point, guys, you have to, for the YouTubers now, talking to the YouTubers, we have to say, fuck that money, fuck that bullshit. It isn't worth it. It isn't worth it. I know that some guys are jumping full in because now they're seeing their channel spike. Everybody wants to see what YouTuber thinks of what, prepper YouTubers that is, even political guys. They want to see what we think and what's going to play out and how's it's going to get. And guys are trying to make money because they're jumping in on it, and guys and a lot of channels are making some serious money. That being said, like Latina Prepper said, you got to enjoy life, guys. We can't focus on this shit all the time. We got to find other means of an outlet. So, like, again, going camping, which I'll be doing with Hudson Valley next month. I think it's next month. Yes, it is next month. I'll be doing something with him, to get out of the fucking city. Now, listen, because the threat of nuclear war is there, am I a little on edge about leaving my family behind to go camping? Yes. But I cannot live my life fucking worried about that shit happening. So you gotta let some shit go, guys. You gotta let some shit go. We have to fucking detox from this shit. So you gotta put your phone down, right? You gotta fucking go take a walk, pack your bags, go camping, stay out there for a couple days, whatever it is, man. We all have to definitely decompress, because you cannot keep soaking this shit in. Now, There's another side of me, and I know some of you have said this before, that maybe this is all for a reason. Maybe they're trying to stress the world out to get us sick, because supposedly there's a new variant on its way. So with that, guys, you have to decompress for your immune system and yourself and your sanity, because we could fucking talk about this shit all day, every day, right? I could sit there and say, yes, yeah, I think this is going to happen. I think that's going to happen. And the next week I'm like, well, I don't know anymore if that's going to happen because they said this. And then the next week, Putin said something else. I'm like, well, he said he was going to launch. Well, we might be getting a nuclear attack next week. So you could fucking sit here, guys. You can absolutely sit here and lose your shit. You know? So you have to decompress. You got to step back from the bullshit. And I definitely think I'm planting some stuff tomorrow. Oh, Pinball Preparedness said yes. Detox, yes. I thought he says I'm painting some stuff tomorrow, as in like painting a picture. I'd have been like, what? Is he really painting a picture? But he's planting some stuff tomorrow, which I could plant some stuff. The only thing I can do is my decompression is going outside and making fun of hipsters. That's my decompression, right? Walking my dog and making fun of hipsters, and then driving in the car and making fun of hipsters. So that's my decompression. Uncle Charlie, absolutely. Buy a steak and enjoy it, right? Buy a lot of things, guys, that are probably going to be fucking priced out, and enjoy it while you can. You know, what's his name? The Russian dude. He had his McDonald's for the last day, you know, because McDonald's is pulling out, right? So, pulling out of Russia, rather, sorry. But, yeah, guys, you know, again, shit's going to get a lot tougher. Duck and cover. Don't look at Flash, duck and cover. And Mark Chase says, he said, you need to observe Sabbath or Shabbat. You need at least 1 day of rest. Yeah, you do need 1 day of rest. I do agree with that. But, you know, I don't know. It's hard for me not to do anything. That's the problem. Inside Russia, yes. Thank you, North Shore Prepared. Yeah, watching a video about the McDonald's. He was like, this is the last time I'm going to be having a Big Mac or some shit. I was like, wow. That's, you know, and that sucks. The reality of watching that video started setting in, because I'm like, wow. This, you know, I mean, they'll probably make up their own McDonald's. They'll call it McCommunist. I don't know what they're going to call it. But they'll come up with their own. They'll be okay. McDonald's is toxic food anyway, but it's really good toxic food. Roar, why you lost weight? I don't know if you're talking to me, because I don't know if I lost weight. I lost a beard. I know that much. Angryprepper paints for us, putting little squirrels right by his fucking hipster. Okay. Yeah, right, guys? So, I don't know. This is just interesting times we're in. And you have to decompress. Now, got a couple announcements to make. Again, guys, you know, you guys all know Nutrient Survival is an affiliate that I'm selling for. And I tell people right now, if prices are going to go up on everything, do yourself a favor and order some of that shit. Look through the website. I have a link in the description section below. Click on that, and then you'll see my pathetic ass sitting there looking all sad and shit. You can order from there. And every time you order from there, if you stare at the picture, I get a little happier. There's a little bit of a smile that fucking shows up on the picture. But you got to order a lot to get a full smile. So, guys, with that, the other more important announcement is Casual Prepper Podcast. I think some of you guys have heard of them. Casual Prepper Podcast is announcing a new show called Bugging Out. It's a 5-episode series, and the first episode drops next week, March 22nd of this year. You can go to their IG page at Bugging Out Pod. That's a show that they're starting. Casual Prepper Podcast is actually cool. I listen to their podcast a few times, not all the times when I can catch it, and I would absolutely think you guys would get a kick out of this and enjoy it. So head over to their Instagram page, Bugging Out Pod on Instagram, and Casual Prepper Podcast on Instagram. If I'm not mistaken, they have a YouTube channel as well. So head over there and you know, visit those dudes. Those dudes they're pretty good, squared away, and you know, whatever. I think you guys will get a kick out of this shit. So, now that we are, wow, 36 minutes in. Would you defend America? That is the next topic. Now, I asked that question earlier today. Let's see if I can pull up what the final count was. This fucking computer gives me such shit. I want to fucking beat it sometimes. Stupid computer. And I just got this computer too. So anyway, guys. All right. So on the poll I did today is what happens if if what happened in the Ukraine occurred in the U.S., would you stay and fight or leave? Yes, I would stay and fight was 86%. No, I would leave was at 14%. That is 5,000 votes, guys. So that was on my page. Now, it was brought to my attention. Fox News had put out a poll. Not Fox News, sorry. Fox News did an article on the poll that was done by Quinnipiac University. They did a poll. They found out that 68% of Republicans would stay and fight. Angelwood, thank you for the donation. Whereas 40% of Democrats would do the same. Now, the 40% Democrats, guys, was a lot higher than I thought. I was a little surprised when I saw 40%. With that, guys, again, there's some Democrats out there with balls, and they would stay and fight. I said among the Democrats, 52 said that they would flee the country, in comparison to 25% of Republicans, those are politicians, said they will leave. Right? I'm pretty sure all the politicians would fucking vamoose. They wouldn't stay and fight. Listen, guys, these guys pick a war, they pick a fight. We get invaded, we get fucked. Right? Politicians are not going to fucking, grab arms and join us. They're going to sit there and, be, oh, you're a leader and you have to make sure you survive, So, yes, raw food writer, talk is cheap if you're talking about this. But keep in mind, a lot of people who do these polls, no one knows who they are, right? No one knows who they are. So all I can say is that there are a lot of people out there that, again, I'm surprised 40% of Democrats are going to fight. Now, as a whole, as America, as one nation, 55% of Americans said they would fight, whereas 38% said they would leave. This is as a whole, the whole country. I found that interesting. According to the poll, 68% Republicans and 91% of Democrats say they support the whole Ukraine refugees coming to the United States. I think, listen, if these refugees want to come to this country, okay. I mean, listen, I would rather not have more fucking people in this country. But again, if we're going to take fucking people from Mexico and all these war-torn countries, might as well. But back to the people wanting to stay and fight. In the comment section of the poll that I ran, some people were like, well, I'm old, I'm this, I'm that. Guys, if you're old, we're not expecting you to fight. No, Lori, they didn't do hipsters. Because I'm 1,000% sure if they said would hipsters stay and fight, it'd be like 2-3% of the hipster population. And even then, they'd say they fight and then, whatever. Turncoat, fucking let their hair out, say, oh, I'm a chick today, something crazy hipsters would do. But for those of you that are older, I understand you're not going to fight. If you have some kind of disability, you're not going to fight. Now, understanding that you don't want to fight because you'll probably be more of a hindrance than you will anything else, right? If you're old and slow, you're in everybody else's way. If you are disabled, you could be in other people's way. So you have to know, Don, what's old? Anything over fucking, I need a cane to move. That's old. I would probably say anything over 70. Listen, there's 70-year-olds who'll jump in and fight. They'll fucking get their hands dirty, because some 70-year-olds are still in good shape. But you got to know your limitations too. You got to know that if you can fight, you're gonna fight, and if you can't, you can't. You got to fucking bounce. But again, if this happens, and then. I forgot who said talk is cheap, but this does lend to people saying they're going to fight. How many people will turn and run the other way? We'll definitely run into that. So with that, guys, we have to keep that in the back of our head. 3 of 9. That was a good one. He just made a good comment. Shit. He says, if I'm 1,000 meters out with a tool to do the job, count me in. My daughter take my grandson and leave. Duckman said he would fight, and he's 70. Yeah, listen, there are days I get out of bed feeling old, but you got to join the fight. You got to join the fight. And it's funny though, because like in the Ukraine, when all these people were leaving, and they were telling the citizens they have to turn around and fight. My thing is, if you're going to enjoy the freedoms of this country, we're talking about the United States now, but I refer to the Ukraine because there were a lot of guys who were told they had to fight. They had to turn around and get back in there. If you're going to enjoy the freedoms of whatever country you live in and enjoy whatever opportunities they give you, you have to defend that. That's what you're fighting for. I know a lot of people are going to sit on here and be like, I'm not fighting for this country. I'm not fighting for these politicians. You're not. If we're getting invaded, it's not about the politicians anymore. It's about us. We're fighting for one another. I'm not fighting for fucking Biden and that fucking horse teeth asshole bitch Kamala Harris. I'm fighting for everyone I know. You guys who supported me on YouTube. I'm fighting for my kids. I'm fighting for my wife. I'll be fighting with Hudson Valley Prepping. I'll be fighting maybe with Alan. Or if not, I'm fighting for him. We're fighting to protect the country, not the politicians, guys. That's what people got to get out of their heads. And yes, 3 of 9. Thank you for. But if you're not willing to fight for this country, kick rocks. Period, guys. This country afforded us a lot of freedoms, and I know that we are all. I know that we complain about our freedoms being stricken. Sorry, taken away. Sorry about that. And I know that we complain about lack of free speech and all this other bullshit, but we still have it better than probably, I'm going to say, 80% of the countries out there. We still have it way better than them. We still have opportunities. We can talk shit about our own government. We could say how much we hate our president and vice president. We could talk all this shit, and we're not going to get someone visiting and knocking on our doors. We're not going to have somebody fucking all of a sudden ghost us because we made the fucking wrong comment. As journalists, we could report whatever the fuck we want to report. We're not going to go missing. We're not going to end up in the gulag. Right? So, though we have our problems are still not as bad as other countries. That being said, you defend what we have, and that's our people. And that's the gist of it, guys. Our boy Hemingway, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. So that's what we fight for, guys. We're fighting for one another. That's it. We're not fighting for the politicians. I can care less. If they were dragging one of those if the enemy were dragging one of those politicians in the street, I'll let it happen. I'm not stopping it. I'll tell you that much. But they're not going to sit here and take this fucking land in this country because we fight. And that's just the bottom line. Even if you can. Sky Hunter made a good point. Even if you can't fight, you can still be a medic or builder or something useful to the cause. True. Very true. Super says, I'm not defending commies. I don't know what commies, like I said, you're defending this land. We're not defending, like, for example, the left-leaning assholes. We're actually, we're sort of defending them. They're our assholes that we have to contend with. We're defending those that live in this country. That's it. I mean, listen, I know a lot of people don't agree with it. A lot of people be like, oh, fuck that. I don't want to die. I don't want to this. Okay, fine. Then do us a favor, step behind the line of bitchery and stand with the other bitches on that side of the line. Right? But when it comes to this country, we're going to go all out and die for it, man. Because that's all that's left. And guys, invasion didn't really enter my mind until, okay, so it's been a fleeting thought in my mind. Invasion, and seeing how that will come up, and then looking at these people make a pact, I'm looking at them like, man, that's kind of that's a little on the nose, an invasion. I'm like, that would be too ballsy for them to fucking jump in there and get in there. And now I'm looking at it now watching that Red Dawn scene, I'm like, it's a possibility. It's a strong possibility. But I think that they would absolutely, EMP us first, and then, do some shit like that. Thank you, Miss Ghetto. Appreciate that. So, guys, if you do not mind, if you are for defending freedom, I like to see more thumbs up. If you are for not defending freedom, hit the thumbs down. Whatever floats your boat. It all keeps the algorithm the same for me. Hitting the like and the thumbs and the sharing. Now, the sharing video thing, I don't get. I know people like, could you like, sorry, I think even I had that in the beginning of my video. I'm like, sharing videos, that's weird. I tell people about a video. I don't know if I do share videos. I guess, I get it. Yes, Sheila, you didn't miss much. You really didn't miss much. 609. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Freedom. You meant to say freedom. Everybody's putting the thumbs up in the chat. How about we hit the thumbs up? There we go. It's a nice little jump. And Purposeful Prepper, thank you for bringing that up. I'm going to tell you right now, if it comes down to that kind of a fight, I think it's going to be, we're going to see an interesting mix of motherfuckers get in it. Right? We're going to see everybody from all walks of life get involved in that. John Doe, man, thank you for the donation. We're going to see everybody fucking, get down with the get down. Because, yo, when it happens, man, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly, and a lot of us, especially on the East Coast and the West Coast, are probably going to have to relocate our family further inland, just to keep them away from the battle lines, the front lines, rather. Sorry, I could definitely see that happening. Prepper Chive says, "Freedom, press 1." All right, thank you, Prepper Chive, for that. For freedom, press 1. And for freedom, press 1 and hit the thumbs up. Sadly, I see fighting our neighbors to defend our press before innovation. Ghetto, yeah. I mean, listen, we might see that. I hope we don't. If we start seeing starvation, that's a different ball game together. Here's the other thing too, guys. I guess we got a couple minutes left. There are, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to say. There are people out there who are going to... There are people out there who are absolutely going to, let's say, make a problem for us, right? And they're going to create this situation, whether it's starvation or pandemic or some shit. And then they're going to come in like the knight in shining armor on the fucking white horse. And people are going to run to that, right? So let's say we get invaded. But while we get invaded, they hit us with an EMP. They hit us with an EMP. They put us back in the 18th century or some shit like that, 18th century. So now we're all hanging out in a blackout fucking America while they're fucking making their advances with their military. People being starved out. Russian army and the Chinese army comes in and starts feeding these people. Now these people are eating. They're feeling fed. They feel better. They're letting them live their lives in their homes to a certain extent. And then they get these people as, sympathizers. And that's how we start losing Americans to sympathizers who do shit like that. And yes, Rapture Ready, they are creating it right now. They created it with the virus thingy. Telling us, this is going to go on for a year. This is going to happen. If you guys are going to have to put your mask on for a little longer. You guys are going to have to do this for a little longer. And then just recently, they ended all of it. Now people are like, man, they're not that bad, because that's what simpletons do. Simpletons go, well, they did something good for us this month, so they can't be all that bad. I don't know. Raymond. Yeah, listen, the depopulation thing is probably still in effect. That does not negate the fact that war is war. And if we have two opposing parties, the WEF that wants to depopulate the planet, but we got a psychopath who's looking to start nuclear war. We got two conflicting fucking events going on right now, right? A lot of people trying to make sense out of the depopulation and this war and how it's fake because they want to depopulate us. I'm like, it might not be that simple, man. If you watch that Putin video, there's more going on than I thought. And if you watch this video, you'll have an understanding that, well, fuck, Putin sounds like he wants more respect, and so he's doing this. But their depopulation agenda, guys, is still on play. I'm not saying that that's not happening. I'm just saying we're between a fucking rock and a rock right now, right? And I think the depopulation thing is going to happen. I think it's going to fucking surprise us too. I think we're all trying to focus on when it's going to happen, and it's going to come out of nowhere, and that could come in the form of a nuclear war, right? It's real even if they are depopulating. Rapture Ready said, yeah, it's real even if they are depopulating us. Yeah. I mean, listen, guys. I hope you guys are paying attention to what's going on to a lot of athletes and celebrities. Just pay attention to what's going on with them. People are dropping like flies. So, I don't believe in coincidence. And there are kids right now. There was one kid in Connecticut that passed away unexpectedly. There was another kid, I want to say in Texas somewhere, that passed away unexpectedly. So, pay attention to the people who are passing away. That's all I'm going to say. Because it's getting out of hand. Can it be? Which video? I'm going to put the video in the chat. Let me look for it now. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm going to try to find this video. I'm going to put it in the chat. Yeah, Dan W. Putin doesn't want NATO in his backyard. That's a bullshit. That's a bullshit excuse. It's his backyard. I mean, sorry, it's Ukraine's country. They want to do whatever they want to do with it. It's up to them. The whole, Putin backyard excuse doesn't make any sense. Because if that was the case, then, well, no, I'm not even sure if that was the case. That wasn't the case. I'm talking about NATO would have just been like, we're not doing X, Y, and Z. And I'm pretty sure NATO has said numerous times that they're not putting any kind of nuclear arms near or in Ukraine. And yet Putin still went ahead and did what he did. And that was the talk for a couple of months before it got to this point. So, I mean, I don't know what the real issue is for Putin, but it definitely doesn't sound right. Yes, Neil, we talked about that earlier. They just locked down the city. Actually, the city has 17 million people, but I did see 50 million people in another city. I don't know how many fucking cities these people have. But yeah, they're locking people down, guys, left and right. I hope I can fucking find this. I told you, right? You're watching videos upon videos upon videos. Oh, shit. It was the World Economic Forum meeting. And Putin was sitting there talking with X, Y, and Z. And if I can't find it now, guys, I will put it into the chat section below. But I don't want to... Like I said, there being more to this, guys, that's without a doubt. Coach, Red Pill? No. Yeah, I can't find it right now. But I will be able to find it soon. I thought it was an interesting video, guys. It was just, when you listen to Putin talk, you're just like, this sounds like a little more than what we're being told from both sides. We're being told it's more than what NATO's telling us. It's more than what Russia's telling us. It's definitely more than what the U.S. is telling us. But it's an interesting video to watch. Oh, you know what? Let's see if I can find it. Search watch history. Found it. This fucking internet thing is amazing, guys. You type in some words and the shit pops up. Now, you got to keep in mind this video, guys. It's being translated. So when Klaus Schwab finishes talking, Putin starts talking, and it's in translation. So it's a bit. You're gonna have to rewind it a couple times to get an idea of what's being said. But I definitely got. All right, it's in the chat. That link is the link to the video that I've been talking about. Oh, and just to give you a warning, the video's about an hour long or 45 minutes long. So I've watched like 20 minutes of it so far, and I had to keep rewinding it to be like, what the fuck did he just say? So I was doing that back and forth, guys. But it definitely sounds like Putin wants more recognition than he does the NATO being in his backyard. Like I said, this video was streamed earlier this year. So, again, the complaints he made in this video, listen very carefully to the first 10 minutes. You watch the first 10 minutes, guys, you'll be like, holy shit. He was talking about nuclear war and shit like that, and how he doesn't want it to happen. But then he drops this hammer on the table a couple days ago. Sorry, I'm a Dallas. All right, so Texas Roadrunner and Hobo Roadrunner says, I'm a dollar store general manager in training. Shit's getting bad for our stores here in East Texas. We had only one truck in the last 2 weeks, which is nothing, which is not a good thing. That's interesting. I know that the food supply issue sort of Southern Bell teachers in here. Hey, ma'am, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a long time. Crazy, I was thinking about you the other day, last week, or 2 weeks ago. Just wondering, where you've been. But thank you for joining us tonight. We do appreciate it. Montana Living. Yes, guys, so for those of you that watched the video, definitely I like to know what you guys are thinking on this. But like I said, in the video, it sounded like he wanted more recognition and he wanted more responsibility in the World Economic Forum. That's what I got out of it. But I have to finish watching it to make my final assessment on it. No, Kelly Gates is not the Antichrist. Absolutely not. I think the Antichrist is going to be something very scary. We think we know who it is, and we point our fingers at these people. No, it's going to be scary because he's not going to be scary looking, but he's going to do scary shit. And these people who are making these moves, this is I'm getting to a little bit of a spiritual realm, which I don't like going to. But these people that are making the moves are doing it for him, in preparation for him, if that makes sense. Bill Gates, on the other hand, in that aspect, is just a drone. He's not the guy. He's a drone. But I believe that he's right. Billy the Kid, exactly. I don't think he's been revealed yet. And when he is, it's not gonna be who we think he is. Ron DeSantis, probably. Nice one. Escape from Babylon. All marks world recognition. Yeah, but like I said, guys, I've paid attention, to the Bible. I don't read it. I'm not into that, but I paid attention to it. And when you start remembering what you were told, and keep in mind, what were they called? One percenters, right? The Israelites, and they talked. And the crazy shit is, guys, the Israelites. Again, because I knew two guys who followed that. They used to talk about this shit all the time, and they told me about the Antichrist, and like he's not going to be who you think he's going to be. He's not going to be this guy who's going to be suave and debonair and fucking. He's going to be somebody you least expect. But when you identify him, it'll be too late, and then it'll scare the shit out of fucking like most of the world. Some of us won't rattle because we know it's coming, but those who don't know who he is and when it comes, they're gonna get scared. They're gonna it's gonna rock everybody's world. And I think he will appear after whatever happens with this whole nuclear bullshit. He's gonna come in the form of help. Is what he's gonna come in the form of. So I'm going on a limb to saying we might see nuclear war, right? I don't think anything too damaging, but we'll see some shit. And then he's gonna come in the form of help. He's gonna be like, here you go, my son. I have a box of Spam for you to eat. And then you're going to be like, oh, man, I'm hungry. I'll take it. And then he's going to suck them right in. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Oh, yes, I have to do another round of canning. I absolutely do. No, Epic, if I'm saying it right, it doesn't say about his look. But they were translating it as he's not going to be who you think he's going to be. He's not going to be debonair. He's not going to be suave, like some people have said. And I don't know where they got that from. He says he's going to be somebody that comes in a form of goodness and help, and he's not. False prophet kind of a deal, but not really. If that makes any sense. Pork spam. No, thank you. Well, listen, anybody who offers you spam is not your fucking friend. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So if you are dying, your ribs are showing, your eyes are sunken, and you're starving, and this guy comes over to you and he offers you spam, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Johnny, the diet's working out a little better than I thought. Uh, I actually dropped some weight, but not too much. I guess I'm not as young as I used to be, right? So it's not coming off as fast as it once did. So, like I said, guys, if somebody comes over to you and like, hey, man, yo, smack that shit out of his hand. I'm like, I'd rather fucking die. I'd rather lay here and die than eat that shit. So you look him in the eye when you tell him that shit. Get that shit away from me. And then you die. Because I'm telling you right now, anybody who fucking tells you, I'm here to save you, and that's the first thing in their hand, that's the Antichrist. Offering you spam. I have a box of spam for you. I can't believe that. Oh, God. You're starving, you're hungry, your stomach is growling, you're sunken in, you're like, I want to eat something. And that's what they offer you? They're your fucking enemy. If it's not the Antichrist, it's your enemy. And it's your sworn enemy after that. I would probably all but rather the fucking Jim Jones juice over that shit. Anytime. Yeah, Blaine, it probably will. The Antichrist might be a hipster. He might be breakdancing and offering you spam at the same time, right? He might be doing his little breakdancing move and like, here I go. I got your back. If he's really not your friend, he's gonna really fuck you with jalapeno spam or turkey spam or spam inside of spam. That's gotta be disgusting. Eldorado, thank you for the donation. If I said that wrong, I apologize. And a day at a time, thank you for the donation as well. Would you ever rub spam all over your body? No. I don't know what. No. Fuck spam. I don't listen. Why do people still eat? I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna start with that rant. Why do people eat spam? I still don't understand it. I don't understand the functionality of spam. I get everything else. I don't understand spam. It's fucking disgusting. Spam says unclean food. Yeah, spam is nasty. Listen, man, spam is a weapon. At best, it's a weapon. I wouldn't even call it food. Because even if you took it out of the can and you threw it at somebody, you would kill them hitting them with that hard piece of meat. I mean, seriously. Fucking spam. Ugh. Oh, he said ghetto, so why'd you have to think about it first? Bacon spam. Listen, any kind of spam. It's just bad. Dog or spam? Dog. Dog, absolutely. I would rather eat a dog first before spam. Anytime. Underground hipster dwellers. I like that. Cannibalistic hipster underground dwellers. Chud. That's a good one. That will piss them right the fuck off. Explorer said, you never speak of gay rights. Be inclusive, people. Please. Be inclusive. What? Why would I speak about gay rights? Why, Explorer, would I be ever mentioning gay rights on a prepper channel? It makes no sense. Maybe he was fucking with me. I don't know. Random. I just said, if I'm starving, I would die. I would die before I eat spam. I would absolutely die. And if you offered me spam, when I die, I come back and haunt you. Bad. Like, really bad. Like, no fucking dice, man. I'm fucking haunting the shit out of you and your home. And for that matter, and your fucking kids. Spam. Yeah, I don't understand. Like I said, I don't understand the functionality of this shit. It's just, I'm baffled by it. Every time I look at the supermarket and I see it, I'm like, who the fuck's eating this? Who's eating this? Because there's cans missing. And I'm like, who the fuck is eating this shit? But apparently somebody is. Because there are actually cans missing. Like I said, my father used to eat it. He doesn't eat it anymore. But he used to. When he used to fry that shit in the house, ugh. He used to smell up the house. It was the thing nightmares are made of. You would smell it in the mornings, like, Sunday mornings, and you'd be like, fuck, he's making spam. You would almost have to get dressed and leave the apartment right away. I would, anyway. It was bad. It sucked. Function out spam. Ugh, it's garbage. Anyway, guys, with that being said, we're 6 minutes over. I'm going to head over to the Angry Truth channel and jump on that. And probably, listen, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, it's about the LGBT community and their griping of bullshit. So for those of you that are not interested, don't go over there because you're going to get your feelings hurt. Other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.